If you want to win this jet, all you have to do is subscribe, click the notification bell, and the like button. Then check back with me from time to time and see my new videos. Once we get to 1,000, we're going to do a drawing. I had a drawing at 100 and only 30% signed up. With those odds, it could be a 1 in 300 chance. Subscribe. Check me out, guys. Hey YouTube, it's Sean, Griffin RC Planes. Hope everybody had a good week. Happy weekend to you. It's Friday evening. Looks like the weather's going to be good to go fly tomorrow on Saturday, so hopefully you guys get to do the same thing. Well, last weekend I took this Pitts out with my favorite Extra 300 since I messed up the Beaver the week before. And anyways, it was the Pitts' turn for a couple flights.
Rubber tire, a little bit heavier than what it came with. Oh, it felt good, a little wind there. Oh yeah. Alright, so I've got an elevator up issue right there. Right when the tail came up, it didn't want to lift up much anymore. So I need to check my safe settings, see what my pitch up and down is.
So I brought it back to the bench and I've started to go through the radio. So bound the radio up and I was going to check what channels were what just to make sure, because I haven't flown this in a while. You know, I did those couple laps and it was okay, but I didn't have a whole lot of elevator. So that's why I brought it in. And let's get her plugged up here. Got the propeller off for those of you that are concerned for my safety. So got her bound up, and I said I'm gonna check everything. All right, so let me see what, if I have the adjustable gains, which I thought I did. What channel's using what. I'm just gonna go through back everything. And so let's do it together. All right, and we'll see that the as3x is adjustable. And then let's take a look at safe. That safe is adjustable. So then let's look at our channels. Gain channels. Alright, so as3x is on auxiliary 3 and safe is on 4. Alright, so now let's see what all that is. 3 and 4. Channel sign. Alright, so 3 is on the knob and 4 is on the right lever. On the auxiliary, or on the DX9, there's some levers I'll show you in case you're not familiar. Alright, so my gains for safe and as3x are all adjustable. So now I want to test the plane out. Yeah, so I know that the as3x gains are on the knob, and now we know that the safe select gains are on the slider right back here on the back of the DX9. I'll show you guys that. And then I just checked everything, so I put full blast on the as3x gains, and you guys can hear it, and so did I there on the bench, and then I would turn those gains down, and I do safe select on, and I do full blast on those gains, and I checked it all, and I said, all right, so now I know what I got, and let's go do this again. So I turned the knob to about the midway point. And the slider was on full blast safe gains when I was checking it. And I slid it back almost all the way back. And when I went to take off and the tail came up and I had no elevator at all, no ailerons or nothing. And the plane's going and it's making that left like it always does, and it's getting close to the edge of the asphalt, and right there I should have stopped. But I didn't. I figured, where the grass kind of slopes down, it'll take off right there. No, it caught the grass and started doing these cartwheels and stuff. It was bad. I almost didn't want to walk over there because I couldn't see it because of the tall grass, and I just knew that it was going to be pull the receiver out and kick it a couple times and turn it into dust. And when I walked over there, it was laying upside down, and it was really, well, you guys saw it. It was in one piece. And then I picked it up, flipped it over, and I set it on the asphalt, and that's when the landing gear all laid out. So when your safe select gains are turned down, they won't work. So take the lesson from me, guys, and don't do that. And here's another thing with this elevator servo. I don't know if this happened during the crash or if this also played a part in it, but the servo's bad. So now I got the Beaver servo and the Pitts servo. Listen here. So I don't know if that was from the crash or if it was like that before. Like, you really can't tell. I was kind of hearing it being in here, no other noise. So let's see what we can do to get this servo out real quick.
Well, here's my plan of attack, guys. The elevator servo, the servo lead. I'm going to connect a long extension to it, and I'm going to pray that when I pull the old one out, it'll pull this lead with it to make it easier to install the new one. So cut these little zip ties out of the way. I'm not going to put the other one in on camera on this video, but we'll just get it out at least. Maybe take it apart and see what the what strip, what's clicking in here. See the little servo clips? Good things to have. Oh, my hands are filthy. My hands always get dirtier in the summertime because I can't wear those latex gloves. When it's so hot, it gets sweaty. Alright. So now I've got a long lead. Just leave all that in there for now. Flip it upside down here. Alright. So we'll take this guy off. I think I'm going to put in one of those servos that I've got left over from the extra 300, all those spares I have. See if I can get in here. Boy, that's quite the angle. There we go. Now this servo is going to be easier to replace than the Beaver. The Beaver's is all glued in. It's going to have to do surgery to get it out. This one, at least the screws so far, make it appear to be easier. Like, hopefully we'll just grab it right now, and as we start pulling it out, that servo wire that we put on there will come with it. Yep, screw. If I feel anything jamming, I'll open the canopy and
going on there. Look at that. Perfect. Makes it pretty easy right there. All right, let's take this joker apart real quick here. See what's broken in there. What's clicking? God, my hands are horrible. Sorry about that, guys. Not really. Screw in the back. There's the back side of it. Get this apart where you guys. So what's clicking? So far, not seeing anything until we take it apart. All right, that's how they're supposed to look all together. I went ahead and got it hooked up to a servo driver. And we'll see if we can watch it go here a little bit. That one's not going to know when to stop because the gear's not going to put any pressure on it, but just in case you guys wanted to see how they operated inside there. See if I can get this better a little close up here. Get too close, it's not focusing, but yeah, that one's not going to stop. I went ahead and put it back together so that little gear wouldn't spin, and I put an arm on it. And let's see if we can make it click. Yep, something is definitely stripping out in there. So let's see if we can see which one it is now. Let's see real quick here. Nevertheless, we're not going to use it anymore, but just kind of curious to see which one went bad. Which one's the weakest link? Unplug that guy. So we still got that guy in there. So we got hems. And we got thems. And thems. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. In conclusion, none of the gears have a broken tooth, or they're not split, they're not broken. What happened is the jolt of the crash or whatever. See the little metal pins here? There's 3 of them. See how this one back here is lower than the other? Well, inside this cap, it has 3 holes for these pins to go in. And they weren't sticking up into the one in the center got bumped and came out of his little home inside the cap. And that's why it was stripping. Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll replace it. Don't throw your old servo away. That's got a lot of good parts. A lot of good parts in it. Let's see, we got servos. I think that'd be a good one. I'll grab the other one too. I'm just gonna put it in real quick. I'm just gonna connect the lead on the replacement servo, and then see if I can get this guy off, and then try to fish it in a little bit. Go. Was that the way it was? Heck, I forget. Yep, that's how it was. It kind of sits down in there a little bit. Some pockets, I guess. There we go. It was on an angle. I didn't realize that. Put these screws in, and then we'll center it, and hopefully the I didn't even check to see metal gear versus that plastic gear. If the servo arm is going to fit on there or not. Guess we'll know shortly. Just a cheap servo tester. I'll put it on neutral and plug the servo in. Now it is centered. Get my elevator as close as I can here. Kind of in a different spot. I'm going to loosen these screws up and see if I have any wiggle room in the servo itself. Yep, I do. So always keep that in mind if you're doing what I just did, replacing the servo. When I put the servo arm on either way, it wasn't straight. But then loosening the two screws allowed the servo to go back and forth as well. So right there is a good spot. Perfecto. We just got to make sure. Well, let's see if the direction of the servos are the same. So I'm putting the old one back together. Let's hope it'll work long enough just to move the servo tester and see if both arms move the same direction or not. So I've got them both oriented the exact same way, and let's cross our fingers that it won't click, click, click long enough just to do what we want to do here. Alright, so it went that way. I'm on manual. Yep, they're the same. So we're golden. Alright, well, we got a servo put in, and I went ahead and moved the receiver forward. When I had mounted the receiver, over a year ago, I didn't know what I'd know today. So I had it back behind the center of gravity, good, probably 6-8 inches or something. Now I've moved it right in line with the center of gravity, and that's really going to help out as well. All right, so the receiver was in this area, and I've got a straw to protect the antenna that's running straight back, and then I move the receiver up quite a ways. Then I have one antenna coming up right here towards us, on the bottom of the screen, and that's how we have it now. And what did we learn today? If you have your safe gains turned all the way down, you won't have any control with your sticks. I was pulling back and couldn't see up there, but I had no elevator. So learn from my mistakes. Hey, if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please do. That goes a long ways. It tells YouTube that you like watching what I'm doing. It puts my videos out in front of other people then, and then they may subscribe, and then in turn that makes me want to do these videos. So then everybody's happy, happy, happy. So hey, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Click the subscribe. Make sure you're logged in to your Google account. All right, guys. Hey, thank you. Happy flying tomorrow. Until next time, you'll see me here. There it is.